Hey guys, Zulier the Mercenary King here with a box unboxing thing, box for IYG. A raging clash of the Blade Fangs, as you can see, completely and utterly unopened. Behold the glory. Yeah, we're going by Zulier for a lot of it. They're like, Ben, you have to kill the Mercenary King. No, fuck you guys. I ain't doing it. Nope. I went through too much for it. Ah, fuck it. There we go. Tape. You know, for the ladies, this is all natural. It'll work out. Alright, just looking at the first box, just letting you know how I'll be going. Unless I fuck up, I'll be just going down here, down here, down here, down here, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, I just started flipping around. Honestly, I'm a little bit excited. It has a lot of stuff that fixes a lot of decks, and at the same time, doesn't really have too much of a power creep to it. Except for, like, Nova Grapplers and Gaia, kind of. Shadow Paladins, not so much. It just fixes the problems with Laward. Oh, wow. Huh. I forgot these were a thing. Let's open some up. Hey, Ash, are these trigger packs more valuable opened or not? Whatever, I'm opening one. Oh. Oh, I see what these things are. Okay. Actually, I want them for myself, but we'll see how well they sell. Actually, these are pretty cute. I like them. I like the shininess. Where's the Mega Colony one? Ooh, Minimum Riser. I like it. Huh. And Yellow Gem Carbuncle. Eradicator, actually. I'm sure that's going to be valuable for some people. Huh. Alright, here's a box to look at. It's pretty interesting stuff. Let's open the first one up. And I got Canaris. Then we have nobody. I was watching that one show with the girls, Machiavellian, whatever. It's hilarious. All the girls are acting so tough, but it's like, I'm a real man. He's the only real man you've ever seen. And they're like, oh my, we're all falling in love with him randomly. Even though we hate him so much. I'll pick it all up. Don't be like that. It's another Blaukluger. I've got so many. I actually hope to get enough reprints to make a Blaukluger deck and sell that by itself. Oh, GR. Victor. I think I'll just make a video about all the different cards by itself. And a Gurguit in the next pack. Victor. Welcome to Victor Russian Cardfight. I am your host, Victor. As you can tell, this is a good box. Gurguit is very popular. So is the Victor. Victor, very much money. Because Victor is virile Russian patriarch man. Garmore. I remember one tournament I just spent the entire day in the Russian accent playing Victor. Such a terrible accent. Yasui. Oh, da. Gotta think of it right. How do I want to do this? Victor. I actually need more Hayaki Zoras. Like, I always keep a place of the commons and rares for myself. Hayaki Zoras, man. They will make Hayaki Vague good again. Puts on the hat. Starts up the memes. It's a meme generation machine, man. Don't you know what the cool kids are doing? Smoking memes behind the stadium at night? It's better than weed. I don't like that guy, Bare Knuckle Arnest. He's basically a street bouncer with a cost. And then you can kill him to stand him. And... ooh. Reprint Blau Dunkelheit. Fantastic. Actually, that's a really nice art. Huh. I got a GR, a reprint, and a Gurgwit. Things are coming up, Wheeler. Zulier. The Shadow Paladin rare stride is actually pretty good. But it's a good in a random sense. Like, if you randomly play it, it's probably not going to do it. But if you look at this, like, I got 12 grade 1s or lesses in my drop zone. I'm going to give him like 36k for no reason. Basically for free. So we have Victor. I actually like Victor. It's going to put Victor on the map again. The thing about him is that you can repeat do it as many times as you can, as many times as you want to. And it does cause various abilities to go off as many times as you want them to. So necessary for Tachikaze. Because it's not once per turn. But you just have to be alright with losing those drive checks. But then again, you can keep doing it. And there are ways to do it multiple times using various Nova Grappler skills. Now, how to do it, I haven't really worked out yet. I'm playing a Nova Grappler that's Victor based, but also, yeah, just gotta stuff it all in there. Yeah. That doesn't really unflip Counterblast, but there are ways to do it. I know some people are looking for Cool Hanks, because Cool Hanks is apparently something that people want. Oh, more of these crit triggers. I do like these crit triggers. It's tickling me. Huh. Another Why Sold At. Another Hotshot Celestial Semiara. Is this going to be the same ones? Yep, it's a Kalama. This one should be a Carbuncle, I think. Or, yeah, it's Carbuncle. Then what was the other one? Perfect Riser. Mini Riser. Yep, it's Mini Riser. Okay. He's so cute. It's like, I'm so small. Yet I look exactly like Optimus Prime. Actually, I can move these things over. There you go. I'm hoping for like 4 Blau Dunkelheits, 4 Galaxy Blaus. Just so I can build it. You don't need Cross Ride though. Like, the Cross Ride doesn't really do much for you. Gaia Desperado, which actually is a pretty decent name, but the other one was Death Parade, which is pretty cool. Like, Desperado is a cool thing. Like, if you call someone a Desperado, it's kind of cool. But Death Parade is also another Gurgwit. I'm hoping for a lot of Gurgwits. I haven't seen too many other triple rares. But I'm sure that'll change here. Oh, this is the guy. Ritual 3. This unit gets plus 5k for every card, every grade 1 card in your drop zone. So, like, if you have, like, say, 6 grade 1s, that's plus 30k to them for free. Like, it's really stupid. You don't need to run Blizza anymore. That's basically what this guy's saying. Now, of course, with the new GB8s, which are fantastic so far, all the 3 that I know of. Oh, Belial. Hey, Ash, how much are Belial's going for? Between 20 and 30. It's fantastic. Basically, he makes Leward so much better. You can kill him for abilities, gain abilities, and then he goes back into the deck. Now, you have to shuffle the deck, but honestly, with the summoning mechanic that Leward does every time you stride, that's...
Oh, is crazy good.
Yeah. You know, it's not really a problem. Put this card in the bottom of the deck. This is killed for a cost or effect. Draw a card. Yeah. So, if you play them from hand, you basically get a +1 from it. It's... you replace it, but you can also summon it out through various skills. And that's just pretty sweet. With the Shadow Paladin GB8, though, the problem... Oh, another Blau Dunkelheit. Is this a God Pack? I'm hoping so. I want a GR. What was I talking about? Dunkelheits. Donkey. Video game Donkey. He's hilarious. Anyway. This is pack 2. I just want to remind everyone. We haven't gotten too far into them. Oh, it's that shitty Street Bouncer replacement. It even has, like, if it was 9k, at the very least, it would have, you know, a decent column attached to it. But no, it's just there. Like, Victor is trying to move into a... some of the Nova Grappler cards are starting to work into a tap for abilities thing, which they've had before. However, it doesn't do much, and people don't like to play it because you're ruining an attack for not enough advantage. Like, Street Bouncer was pretty good because it was a free +1 to hand and a +1 to field. Sure, you lost an attack, but if you did it in the early game on a column that didn't really have anything, Medio Kaiser Junior, he is also incredibly necessary. You know, he doesn't hurt as much. He... What was I talking about? Alright, Victor. You know, he doesn't hurt as much, and especially if you do it early game or even late game, you still have a lot of mechanics out there that you can rely upon to get him back up. And even if you don't, just the fact that he is a free tap +1k to hand. Oh, Selfina. Pretty worthless card. +1 tap to hand. Is really good, especially in the meta back when a lot of people didn't have strides. They had, you know, you ran like a 12 crit fucking Blau deck because it was set. It was a long time ago. And just the fact that you could do it for three drive checks was amazing back then. Just absolutely amazing. By the way, I'm only going to go as far as I get both SP packs and both SGRs. Once I get those, I will stop wherever I am. Unless, I'd finish out the box, but I'm not going to be too worried about it. The rest of it. That's just because I can sell a box for a guaranteed 50. Whereas, you know, 50 or more. But I can't really say that for everything else. And so it just helps me keep my profit margins up a bit. Because I do this as much for myself as to learn business stuff as anything else. More Hayaki. The thing about Hayaki right now is that his mechanic is to do with not striding. which is bad. However, you can use certain things to get like a lot of him at once. And then he has benefits. Now they've added rear guards that can work off of it. And I think a stride too, which I will talk about if it shows up. We're about Starbox 3. Did I already get it? No, I didn't think so. Wow. That is a fancy ass owl, let me tell you. I have not seen a fancier owl in years. I think the last one when I was in England, it was a pretty fancy ass barn owl. That's how it works though, you know. Sometimes you get a really fancy owl. A superb owl even. And if you see that, you know how it is. Mythic Destinies. I think that would be a pretty cool thing, like have an owl just go up and say, "You're special, kid. Become an SJW." Oh, fucking A, it's the same ones. Is it the same ones? Ash, is it the same crit triggers in every single series of crit trigger packs? Ash, can you hear me? Ash. So yeah, it's the same ones. Per mini riser. I'll stop, like, opening them up again. What? No. I said, are the crit packs the same ones in each one? No. That's weird, because I've had 3 in the row the same way. I mean, I don't mind full playsets, but at the same time, it's disturbing. It's very disturbing. However, the boxes have been good. So if this is just like a repeat of the first 2, I'm fine. All the victors I want. Victor. Actually, I wouldn't be fine with that. Oh, SP pack. And it's Murakumo. Ash. It's Murakumo. Oh. I'm actually fine with this. There's a lot of people after Murakumo packs in my meta. And I know. Oh. I can take care of this. You know, just find some. Not sucker. But I wouldn't call my customers suckers. But you know, a sucker. $200 and I get to name your first kid. I'm naming him after myself every time. It's like it's my kid. Not yours. Belial Owl. SP pack and Belial Owl. I'm hoping for another Belial Owl to make this a god pack. A Victor. I'll also be doing a lot of deck profiles for this set. I run every clan, so I got a lot of things to update. Not really much else to say about it, though. Like, the thing about this set is that it just fixes problems. Like, that's all it is. It isn't like set 9, which was power creep. For a lot of things. Or set 8, which was similar. Well, not set 8 so much, but it was similar. The thing is that certain decks have been just good ever since they came out. Like Lord and stuff like that, ever since they got their support. And this fixes some of the problems that Lord has been having. But the thing is, you know, it doesn't really do much else. Like, it just sort of makes Tachikaze better. It gives you some worthless Liberator shit to work with the Garmor. Like, that's all this stuff is. Like, it's just stuff to work with Garmor. The Blau stuff is just a way to get a Blau deck into the modern meta. So, you know, that's how it works. Savage Mystique is such a waste of a card. It goes in the soul and you get one plus guard, like one 5k guard. It's like that's a minus. First off, you're already minusing yourself pretty hard with Tachikaze, and then you're minusing yourself again with the card that you can't kill. Otherwise, you lose the effect. Like that's ass backward design. I think if Savage Mystique could just call him from Bind Zone, she'd be in a lot better of a situation. But the problem is that would mean Vanquishers, like, if you gave like every clan something like that, you know, they'd be just like, okay, I'm gonna call my entire Bind Zone. Wow. And you know, fuck you, sort of thing. That's how it is. Like, you know, there is an Aquaforce card that does something like that. But the thing is, she doesn't see play. Like, I play her because I like her. Like, it's Cynthia or Retha or something like that. I can't remember her name. But she looks kind of like the Tareem eyes, and she's kind of like dopey pink hair. She looks adorbs. But, you know, she's... A lot of people don't play her because she also costs soul. Yeah. How it works, man. But I like her. Like, just the fact that she can, like, hold the top one. Sometimes I get perfect shields, that sort of thing. And that's really what you sort of go for. Oh. Gaia Emperor Dynast. Gaia Dynast. Now, he's interesting. When your rearguard is retired, counterblast 1, call that card to rearguard by this unit. This unit and this unit get plus 3k. You flip over a copy of itself. When it becomes engorged, pay the cost, choose one of your rearguards, retire all rearguards the same that column and same column as that unit and countercharge. So basically, you choose one side of the field, including your opponent's side, and wipe it. And that's pretty powerful. That is a powerful ability. However, it won't always work out that way. Like, basically, what you want to do is you want to attack one side of it with one side. Then attack with Dynast. Engorge one of those units. Eat the other unit, and then wipe the column. There's also a card in here. No, wait, that's in the previous set, Trinity Dragon. That's like when you get into rows and columns, you do have to be careful because sometimes you'll mistake a row for a column mentally. And I do this all the time. You know, it's not that big of a deal. But, you know, you mistake a row for a column, and it kind of fucks up all your plans. Gurgwit, this is actually a pretty decent set. Besides the SP pack, which is absolutely amazing art. Like, I'm actually surprised in how good that art is. Like, just the swirls. I don't know whether you can see this, but there's, like, swirls around each one. This one has kind of like a storm effect on it, and it's like, there. It's pretty nice. Also, like, the, with the dress underneath, it's, yeah. So, yeah. This has never gotten an SP before Yasui. It's pretty amazing. This had an SP, but it's still pretty good. And that looks absolutely terrifying. I've not pulled any of my other SPs yet, so we'll find out, won't we? I'm actually kind of hoping for SPs for Belial. What did I want an SP for? Honestly, the thing is that, like, all these decks do is, I'll take anything, really, as long as it's valuable. All these decks do in here is basically they improve a whole bunch of cards. Of my decks. That's it. Like, no, there's no fundamentally new decks that I can make out of the triple rares. I think they've changed the formula. But I can improve. Alright, guys. Let's try it again. But they can improve a whole lot of decks and builds. Huh! Oh, it's different. Maybe it's just vertically, because this is number 4. I don't know. But if it's 3 on each... maybe it is 3 on each side. Ooh, Tobuhiko. He was a promo. He was actually a very valuable promo for a while, because he was the only other crit in Nubatama. Murakomo? Are these all reds? Who else is this? Oh, it's Liberator. And Dark Irregulars. Apparently they're reprinting Dark Knight of Nightmare Land with different art. Now, I was actually okay with his old art, but a lot of people are saying it's improved. So I won't argue with them too much. Even though I want to. Let's talk about the Nightmare Land archetype for a second, I guess. The Nightmare Land archetype has problems, like deep, utter problems. The main thing is that it can't kill for shit. Oh, there's the blouse shred. And you might say, well, Ben, that's a lot of issues. But the thing is that the defense that it gives is not overcome by its flaw in not being able to kill shit. And that's important. Like, if you can have someone like Mega Colony, and its mechanics are strong enough to overcome the problem that basically comes from the fact that it doesn't really have a game ender. Now, with the GB8, I'm hoping we get something that just says you skip a turn. Like, if you can just make the opponent skip a turn, and you get all your, like, Mega Colony skills off, and you get to draw cards and shit, they don't draw, Ooh, Blau Replint. You know, I'm gonna be a happy man. I'm gonna be a real happy man. Like, like, they're giving out game enders to, they've given out game enders to Dimensional Robos, Shadow Paladins, and Spike Brothers so far. The Spike Brothers one, if you don't know it already, is basically you put a card into the hand and the soul and a rear guard into the soul, and you copy a unit that's on the field. And when it comes out, you give it plus 10k. So any unit with charge can still go into the soul, and you can summon out more units with charge. For example, you can get Heave Wheeze. Oh, Gurgwit. Heave Wheeze's skill is when it's charging, plus 10k. So it's a 29k attacker that's just swinging out at you. You can also use it with normal Rising Nova skills. Like, it's just not that big of a deal. By the way, we don't have a secondary one for Rising Nova yet, or Mega Colony, or so many others. I'm just, ooh. Oh, what's that one thing? Patricia, no? Anyway. And so, like, Dark Irregulars, I think, would get something similar, because I'm going to bring this right back around to Nightmare Land. So, the flaws that Dark Irregulars have right now is inefficient resources and reliance on gimmicks to win games. Now, those gimmicks are pretty damn strong. Like, if you face an Ammon player, you'll know exactly what I mean. And that gimmick is Gilda Ray, Enigmatic Assassin, Hell's Butler, Ammon's Follower, Hell's Butler, whatever the name is. And so you boost up Gilda Ray by however many cards in the soul. Oh, Sulfina. And then you pull out an Enigmatic Assassin and boost him by 20k. He already gets plus 10k to himself, so he's 36k base, right? Assuming, you know, that he's 36k base. Then he gets at least plus 15. Let's just say plus 15 anyway. So he's 36, and then he becomes 51. And then he's boosted by Enigmatic Assassin. You can't use grade 1s to block Gilda Ray. He gets a crit. So in other words, he's probably going to kill you on hit. But that's when you throw down your hand, because you've been waiting for this. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's just one of the things that you have to wait for when you're playing against Ammon. Because they will do that. There's no reason not to build the deck around that incredibly powerful Yasui combo. Like, it's just too damn good. I don't like it before, but I'm having a lot of fun with Enigmatic Assassin Demagogue, which is pretty fun. The benefit of Enigmatic Assassin Demagogue is that it's pretty cheap. You just need the normal Blade Wing. So, SP Dynast. You just need the normal Blade Wing support, Dimension Creepers, that sort of thing for Enigmatic Assassins, and then yeah, that's the deck, honestly. Like, some Tybalts for times that you can't kill them. You should be able to kill a person if they're at 3 damage anyway. But you just... Not always. You know, you're not always going to kill a person. But the thing about that thing is that... thing about that combo is that Demagogue swings... when you do a tick of Soul Charge, he keeps that Soul Charge no matter what the rearguard front row is. He's not like Dantarian, who is also a pretty good card. He's not like Dantarian or anything like that. So the rearguards never lose it. You know, it's plus 1k to the front row, tick on the Vanguard. So then, I'm starting on my second column. This is number 5. So then, you know, you soul charge as many times as possible, both to get the enigmatic assassins in, as well as both to get the enigmatic assassins in and you know, sort of build up Demagogue. If you can get at least 16 soul charges, you'll be good. Of any kind. Like, they don't need to stay in the soul. Air Raid Dragon. Revenger. So, in other words, you can Soul Blast them or use, like, Avarice, Succubus, or any stuff like that. Direwolf. Avarice Succubus to put perfect shields into your hand by killing stuff on your field that you don't need anymore. Tachikaze. Oh, fuck. Gororo. Ooh, what is this? Blue Storm Soldier Missile Trooper. Fantastic. And so, you know, to do it, it's actually a very simple, very newbie-friendly combo, and there's not a lot of stuff you can do about it. The benefit that we have in America right now is that we do not have the promo Werewolf Jaeger. At least I think it's Werewolf Jaeger. It's one of the werewolves. Wolfens. Werefukes. And, you know, without him, he kind of hurts. Because the thing is, he offers Soul Charge and he recovers hand. Which you need. And he helps you stride. Like, he is one of the ridiculously good cards of Vanguard. And we don't have him yet. He is a promo that came in the monthly Bushy Road. I hope he comes up soon, because he will make this deck sing. Huh. And sing it will, for me, an opera. Selfina. An opera of pain. I am feeling like I am low on G units, but then again, I've got plenty of SPs. So, and reprints. I just need more reprints and SPs. It looks like so far there's been a reprint of box, because we are at box 5, and we have had 4 reprints so far. So we're due for one. Oh, yes, we. Blow. Nope. I was actually disappointed when I got my first pre-release kit. I did not have any things in there. And that made me sad. No reprints, no nothing. I don't know what the other reprint is. I forgot. Not even a GR or SP. But you broke. Hurting me. Like, the thing about Attack Rune Dragon is that he's brave. That's fine. Counterblast 1, search your deck for 1 grade 2 with brave, call it a rearguard, shuffle deck. The grade 2 rearguard that you want to call is called, like, Hope Angel or something like that. And Counterblast 1, summon a brave unit. Doesn't even need to be brave. Seems a little OP. That's just me. I'm not salty. You're salty. And that's just because he summons out a lot of units. And he gets you the brave units for free, where you don't have to spend it from your hand. So the cost is highly, highly brought down. by playing him. It just keeps on going down. Oh, here's the Hayaki thing. So you got G-BT10, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, choose a card from your hand, discard it, search your deck for 5 cards with Hayaki, call them separate rear guards. So they got GB3, this unit can attack from the back row. Till end of turn, put those units in the bottom of the deck in any order. Basically, he sums out a field. As long as you have a Hayaki Soul. And there are cards in there that can give out like +5 Ks to Hayakis and stuff like that. As well as sort of like get multiple attacks off, that sort of thing. The Hayaki combos I have not yet fully explored, but they are fantastic so far. And I think that I'm going to have some fun with them. Before the end, especially since I no longer have to worry about getting as many of them as possible on the field, like it was before. So I'm at 4 Blau Dunkel Heights, and that's pretty good. I'm hoping I don't get any more Dunkel Heights. Desperado. I'm fine with Desperado. I do like the original Gaia Emperor skill a bit better. This guy's like Counterblast 1, draw a card when it's killed, which is good for the hand, but it's not good for the field. Like, I keep mentioning these on these videos constantly, is that killing things and replacing it with cards from the deck, unless you specifically choose what cards you're choosing, you're getting out of it, will not be the same thing. Unless you happen to be just draw the extra other ones in your deck. Like, it is fortunate when you get it, but it is by no means... Oh, SP Isa. Alyssa. Alessa? Yeah, she's cute. It's a perfect shield. Oh, that's actually pretty good. It can work with Gurgwit. It does not need to be placed from hand. Which is pretty nice. Yeah. When this unit's placed on G, choose a Vanguard, can't be hit. Discard a card. Unite, choose one of your rearguards, put it in the bottom of the deck. When this unit's placed on G, if you don't have any cards in hand, you know, you can pay the cost. If you do this, unit gets plus 15k shield. That's nice. I like it. I'm okay with this. So far, I'm at 1 SP pack, 2 SPs, 1 GR. Now, the GRs are the things that worry me. Because I want the GRs. I want the GRs to sell. I also want at least 1 for my deck. But if I can't make it back profit, it's, you know, it's going out. You know, and that's sad. Oop, Gurgwit. I'm just tripping in Gurgwits. But Gurgwits apparently are money. I don't understand why Gurgwits are popular. Why Gurgwit is popular. It's just not one of those things that I can really see in people. It's like, I get, it's easy. It's an easy build. It's an easy deck. It's got defense in it. It's got offense in it. You know, not much more you can take from it. But like, as popularity goes, there are a lot easier decks. There are a lot easier things that you can do here that you don't need this for. I'm starting on box 6. Already miscounting for you people who are anal about such things. And it is being anal. Oh man, hold on. Hey Vu, I need the power cord. Also, this is upside down. Yeah, I need the battery. Hold on, guys. Alright, guys, I'm back. Zulu the other mercenary. Had a snow cone. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta take a snow cone break to make life a little bit more interesting. Ash told me that apparently he has like 3 of these lying around. When these drop a lot, I'm probably gonna pick up a bunch. Just because. I can be like, bitch, see this? That's right. And I've got a big Vanguard dick. Air Raid Dragon again. Die Wolf. Oh no. That is now near mint. Sorry, guys. It's only... It's lightly played. Whoops. Moderately burned. Still playable, though. Moderately burned. People. Moderately burned. But you're still asking like $50. That's how life is, kiddies. Moderately burned, $50. Rares. Goddamn bare knuckle harness. So the DI was just released while I was gone. And it's pretty interesting, Alyssa. For the Vanguard, for every 13 cards in your soul, your front row gets 13k in a crit. Now, that works with Enigmatic Assassin. But, Dynast, the problem with that is the fact that you won't get that far. You're just not going to hit that. I'm not even sure how, like, unless they release a bunch of stuff in set 11 that lets you flip over cards, like your a Shahara player won't get that far. You might be like, well, man. I say, well, what? Now this is lightly played. Somewhat drooled on. You know, you can, and this is sort of a thing you can do. First off, go into what is his name? Gilderai, and go do Gilderai twice in a row. You want a G-Guard, Jesus, like twice, and once with the other thing. And then you hit it. Because here's the thing, you need 7. Face-up cards in your G-Zone. Well, wow. Actually, no, let's just pick this up. Nah. 7 face-up cards in your G-Zone. Before you can activate a GB8 skill. And you're right. I'm sure there's ways for us to get around that, but let's just say you're right for now. Like, you Blizza first, Gilderai twice, and you G-Guard at least once in there. Ooh, Garmor. Okay. Oh, no, this is a grade 3 Garmor. Holy shit. Was the other one a grade 3 Garmor? No. No. Okay. I completely forgot. I don't think I'll see any... Oh, wait, am I? Huh, I could have sworn I had... I'm at box 6. One more Dunkelheit. Huh. Okay. So apparently I'm down a Dunkelheit. No, that can't be possible. I could have sworn. You know what? That's whatever. I'll figure it out later. Life is strange like that. I'll have to go through all the comments. Whatever. I'll find it. Anyway. So you just won't get it that far. Like, maybe if they add some cards, because to flip copies over and stuff, you know, maybe then. But the thing is that there just isn't much that you can do with it. First off, you'll never have 26 cards in Soul and have any kind of deck by then. It's just not going to happen. Like, so let's go over the math real quick. Let's say you're playing Charlotte. Belial. I'm not getting too many of these, and I want more. So you're playing Charlotte. You start off with 5 cards. You draw a card per turn. You're at 6. Then you ride Dimension Creeper. You pull back Wereflater or Ordonez. Your opponent attacks you, and you take 1 damage. So you've gone through 7 cards in your deck so far. Ah, Ogma. 7 cards in your deck so far. By the way, see the bear? The bear right here? 7 cards in your deck. You draw a card for 8. You then play some cards. You don't use Gurgwit. You don't use Dimension Creeper yet. And you attack. You're at 9 cards. Wait, 7, 8. Yeah, you attack him for 9 cards. Then you take 2 damage. You're at 11 cards. You go to grade 3. Since you went first, you don't stride. You are at 12 cards. You attack 14. Again, assuming no other soul charges are going down. And this is cards from your deck. Now at 14, then your opponent attacks you. You're at 3 damage. You take 2 damage for 16, and then you block 1. Who cares? And that's assuming you go straight to 5, and it went like that. Like, that's my classic how the game's played. So, stride turn. You stride the succubus. Kiss, kill, succubus, or whatever. So you counterblast 1. You're already at 17 because you drew a card per turn. So you then soul charge 2. You're at 19 cards gone from deck. So 31. And then get skill. Then you use Wereflater Ordonez. Put it in soul. Soul charge 2. You're at 23 cards from deck. Then you draw a card. 24 cards. Now you swing with and by the way, you've put 6 cards in soul so far, basically. You're at 6 cards. Because that's how it works, like 7 cards, I think. 23. 26, because you do the triple check, assuming no draw triggers. Then you hit. No, you're at 30. Point is, all right, I'm sorry, I just can't count it that anymore and do this at the same time. But basically, at about 8 to 9 cards in soul, you have about 20 cards or less in deck. And you don't get to put those back because you're not playing Blade Wings. Now, it's a bit more forgiving if you're playing Blade Wings. But you're still not going to hit 26. It is an impossibility unless you have been fortunate with your guard and your Tibbles to get that stuff back into hand. Like, I'm going to be very clear. It is literally fortune if you can do that. Now, they might introduce cards that count double in the soul. I would not put it past Bushiroad. You've heard it here, folks. However, man, the missing a Dunkelheit is bothering me. However, I don't think it'll turn out that way. I hope it does. I genuinely hope it does, because then it would allow multiple levels to go off. However, who knows? I don't think it'll do well. Like, it's a good card, and it works with Enigmatic Assassin quite well, because that's, think about it. If you swing and you're at, come on, there we go, 15 cards in soul. If you swing, you're at like 20 cards in soul. You bring yourself down to, 16, and you swing a bunch of times with 33 crit 2. Starting on box 7. 33 crit 2. Enigmatic Assassins. Now, let's say that you do hit it. First off, you probably don't have any cards in deck. And I would be surprised if you're able to pull it off. But if you did, that's 46k Enigmatic Assassins. For as many attacks as you do. And if you combo it up with things like another Air Raid Dragon, comedy comes in 3s. Lightly played. Lightly Started upon. Comedy. Quality comedy. I actually really like the Savage girls, Savage characters in Tachikaze. They have such excellent art, but they're so weak. Like, just utterly unplayable. And I wish they weren't. I really do wish they weren't. But hey, what do I know? That's just a theory. A card fight theory. I hate the Gaijin Goomba. He is a social justice warrior. He talks about cultural appropriation and he calls himself a fucking Gaijin. Baka. Box 7. More Blau. Man, I could swear I had 4 of those fucking Blaus. Dunkel Heights. Maybe I mistook a Blau for one of them. I don't know. I like the DI GBA. However, its skill is not strong enough to justify GBA or holding out long enough to get there. That's the long and short of it. It is just not possible. It is not worth it. It is not efficient. It's like, let's say that you play Blizza, Gilderay, and a G-Guard. Victor, it's still not good enough. Like, it's just not good enough. Because you probably won't have much of a a deck left. And if you're running the Enigmatic Assassins, which is the only smart build to play. Like, it is the only smart build to play in this scenario. You've wasted so many turns getting there. Sure, it's probably a guaranteed kill. But again, you won't have anything by the time you get there to do anything else with it. And I don't know whether it's Darkness or not. But if it's Darkness, it's even worse. Because then you have to soul charge a card. That could be bad. But then again, that's what Dimension Keeper's in for. Herbert, I haven't gotten too many Canarius. I like Canarius. He is basically Lop-Ear Shooters for the future. And he's a 13k attacker, which is something that does work. Even though cross rides aren't a thing, good old Canarius will help you. Honestly, I think they should have made the new stride guys, like Susanoo and stuff like that, cross rides. Just to give them more use, more value. Because the problem with, like, Susanoo is that, sure, he does a lot. He fixes several problems with OTT. But he doesn't do it strong enough. If they had a 13k defense, I think they'd be helped. Ooh, GR. Victor. So I got 2 Victors, no SGRs yet. 1 SP pack missing. 2 SPs missing. Plenty of triple rares and double rares. We'll find out. Next time. Turns out Ben the situation. Another Blau. What I'll probably do is make them into a deck. And sell the deck for more money than I put into it. Because that's how I roll. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. IYG, Rex Heavy Industries. Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. I'm calling it Rex Heavy Industries. Because I'm a king. They're like, Ben, you have to give up your name. Call yourself Zulir. And I'm like, that's fine. But I'm not giving up the title. I earned it in blood. People are literally dead. Literally. I didn't kill them. They just died naturally in their sleep. But you know how it is. Previous king dies, doesn't leave an heir. You pop up and say, I love you so much. And he says, yeah, I believe you. And then he dies. And the will's like, screw his children. I'm giving it to that Ben guy who just came up randomly and said I was my favorite. I'm your favorite person. And I said I meant it too. And they're like, well, then the tradition is he has to choose someone to die with him in the catacombs. And I fought my way out of that one, let me tell you. Oh boy, no catacombs for this Ben Wheeler. I think the High Priest took my place. But fuck him. That's what the High Priest gets for being evil. You know how it is. You sacrifice enough people and you just decide to keep doing it. How many people have you sacrificed? Well, it's like this. Like the conquistadors, a lot of people like give the conquistadors shit. But you gotta think about it. They're thousands of miles from home. They're looking for gold. And all of a sudden, some priest rips out a heart in front of you. And then starts dancing around, takes a bite out of it, skins the man alive, turns the man's skin into a cloak, and dances to his sun god. I don't care how tolerant you are. You're gonna change your tune pretty fast. You know, it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, oh, this is my first Luminous Hope. I actually have like 3 of them for my pre-release kits. Boy. You know, it's a change of perspective once you see a man's heart ripped out. Belial, that's not bad. Victor and the Belial probably make this case. You know, it's just one of those things. Casually mentioned, oh yes, and then I took a bite out of it and threw it down the stairs as an offering to Quetzalcoatl, our papier-mâché weasel god. That's a Pinky and the Brain reference, for those of you who don't know. Except it was Moloch, our papier-mâché weasel god. It was a thing where, like, they put Pinky in the Brain in various things, and the guy takes, like, a bit of Samson's... Brain takes a bit of Samson's hair, and he puts it on, and he becomes Samson. It's funny. It's back in the day, like, kid shows, when I was a kid, where they'd make, like, all kinds of references. But the thing about, like, the Animaniacs is that looking back on it, it's like, holy shit. Like, there's that fingerprints thing. Fingerprints, why would I? And it's like, no, not fingerprints, fingerprints. Oh. Sure. No kid should get that. And if they do, their parents are probably doing stuff to them. But it's... or that uncle, or that aunt. Yeah, but it's sexy if it's the aunt, you know. Number 8. Yeah. Still recording. Good. But still horribly abusive. This is the aunt. Horribly abusive. Anyway. Still remember that Rick and Morty thing. It's like, oh, so what does a rapist look like? It's like, oh. Oh, Battle Sister. Ooh. Ooh. I'm actually pretty fine, because these things are all like the archetypes. And I think that does quite a bit for it, actually. Come on. Give me Mega Colony. Yeah, Machining Scorpion. Oh, it's kind of the one I don't want. There's actually like other machining cards that are slightly cooler. But hey. What do I know? I just like Mega Colony. Goes straight into the machining deck. Yes, it does. Jeez. Hup. Oh. All right. I need... Oh, no, I do have 4 Dunkleites. Because, no. I need more Dunkleites. That's it. I just need more Dunkleites. Lightly played. Fresh from the pack. Near mint. It's obviously chewed on. It's near mint. It's a PSA 9 at least. Actually, I saw someone that's like, they graded like Metapulsar Pegasus, and then we're selling like lots of fucking Gear Chronicle from set 9 or 8 or whatever it is, and it's like, why? Why would you do that? Why would somebody buy that? Anyone who knows better will not buy that. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, this is a PSA 10 Metapulsar. It raises the price about $100. No. Here's the thing, like, PSA 10 Black Lotus, it's still Black Lotus. Like, PSA 8 Lotus is still Black Lotus. Like, it doesn't change the fact that it's one of the best Magic cards in print. Like, it is just one of the best. Ta-da! You know, sort of thing. Not, you know, it earned its spot at the top of all, like, wow, for a very, very good reason. You know, and honestly, it's fine the way it is. Like, it's fine being one of the most expensive cards. It's out of print. It's never going to be printed again. Oh, Galaxy Wow. Still on number 8, guys. You know, it is done. Lightly played. Never going to be again. I hope. I don't know how to play Magic. It's been a very long time. I'm sure I know how, but the rules are just different. I like Cardfight better anyway. How you using my dice? Well, blue's got me doing it. No, ash has got me doing it. There we go. What's weird about Royals is that they don't really even add much to this set for Royals. Like, it's just some cards that barely do anything. Like, there's some Brave cards, but they don't do much. Like, if there's one in here, hold on. Like, Gold Paladin's not either, but, like, I'll show you guys when I see them. Ooh, yeah, that's weird. Of course, like, when I want them, I don't see them. Okay. Nope. Like, the one thing where you summon a Brave card, and then if you play it right, you can summon, like, more Brave cards through it. That's okay. That's a decent stride. Okay? I'm not going to claim that it's going to work with Brave all the time, but if you're at Brave and you just got a Counterblast and you just need a field, you know, it'll do work, you know. It's a one-of. Man, there's like no oil paladins. What's wrong with this thing? Alright, let's show me the no royals. Uranus Blaukluger. So apparently there was an article from NASA. Something big is coming out of Uranus. Legitimate article. Somebody at NASA, this thing was talking about it, probably waited their entire careers just to write those simple words. Something big is coming out of Uranus. So here's one of them. It's the new grade 3. When this unit is placed on rearguard from deck, this gets plus 5k, and that's Brave. And then it also gets a Brave. When this unit is placed on rearguard, it gets plus 3k. You don't really need that. Like, it's just, okay, so it's a 19k attacker, which can hit like 26k or more. Probably more because of how it works. But also there's Mies? I don't know, Mies? First off, she's cute as shit. But her Brave is plus 2k. And then when this unit is placed in rearguard, if you have one or less cards in your hand, she also gets plus 4k. So she gets plus 6k, so she's 15k, which, 16k, 6k, 21k, plus whatever else. Sure, it's a thing, but at the same time, it's like, why? There's other cards around that can give plus 5k to itself. Better. There's also the new Forerunner. Put it into the soul, choose a unit, and it gets boost. Why? It doesn't need it. There aren't cards that benefit strongly enough for it to need to be around. It's just... sure, if you summon, multiple grade 2s, at the same time, it's a -1 from field. I mean, I guess, since you're Royals, you got plenty of field that you can just summon back out, but still, I don't think he deserves it. I don't think they need it. Now I'm starting on the second row. Starting on number 9, as I described. Yeah. Mo. Oh, there we go. Kind of wish the crits had abilities. All the crits had abilities. That'd be so nice. A new crit with abilities. Even if it was just machining. Oh, I'd take it. But remember, we're still looking. Oh, they chose a good one for Bermuda. Madeira. That's fantastic. She is adorable. Sonic Breaker, good choice. The classic. Jimmy the Ghosty, not the choice I would make. Because there is a Musketeer Daniel. Yeah. That was obvious. And Jewel Knight Noble Stinger. Yeah, that's... Honestly, there was one I'd choose more than this one. But this isn't the worst. Honestly, I think he's kind of... sure, they did a Ghosty because Ghosty. But there's also that sword guy that would have worked better and is more iconic. Because if we look at, Great Nature, there's nothing. Silverthorn, Regalia, Battle Sisters, Blue Storm. Thank you. It's not Blue Wave. They're just, not really using Ghosties for much. I fight for my friends. Dark. I'm just checking it, making sure it's okay. Now, the rare 4 Gold Paladins, both of them are actually pretty good. One on flips damage and soul charges, and the other one, Counterblast 1, top 4, choose 1, call it to rear, and that unit gets plus 4k. 3k. You know what, that's not bad. Plus 3k can do a lot. It's basically supposed to work with Canarius, so that you're a 16k attack, and then you can get a column out of it as well for 23k. But to compare it to the Royal Paladin one, sums out a grade 2. Okay. But then also Knight of Encouragement, Howlborn. First off, he doesn't look like a knight. He looks like one of those giants. And secondly, it's Soul Blast 1. Retire this unit when a grade 2 unit is retired for Rearguard or G-Guard. Guardian, you may pay the cost if you do return that card to your hand. And sure, it saves, but it has to be a Brave, and it has to be retired. And for it's it's a -1, all right, guys. It is a -1 to play him, and he prevents a different -1 from happening. So you're thinking it's good, but the problem is it's bad because it might not have an ability. Or it might be something that requires you to pay costs to get its full ability out. It just doesn't do as much. Sure, it saves the card. It does its job. It means that you basically save guard. But it's also wasting a place in the field for other things that could have new or more or better abilities during your attack phase, which is much more important. It replaces slots for other things. That's the big deal. Sadly, the Neonectar stuff also falls forward. There's one Maiden of, which is nice to have. Like, it's nice to have some more Maiden support. But the problem is that Garmor. Oh, grade 3 Garmor. The problem is that these cards don't really do much else. Like, it doesn't add to it. It just adds, like, plus 3k and return shit to deck. Like, so, you know, that's not what we needed here. They needed something to give them a little bit more attack. 11k attacker would have been just done wonders for these guys. And it has to be a Maiden of. Like, the Maiden of clan restriction, like, the grade 3s don't care too much. But I think the Legion does. And only the Legion, not the Maiden of Trailing Roses. You know, but the Strides do. The Strides care a whole bunch. Stride. The grade 1s care a whole bunch. The grade 2s not so much, but the grade 1s certainly do. And what's more with the grade 1s and 2s is that oftentimes they interact with each other to summon each other out. So it's just... Oh, more grade 4. It's not a fun time. Just not. Savage Mistake also a terrible card. But I mentioned that. I'm looking for the other SP packs and the other SPs. Yasui. I'm also looking for more Blau stuff. I want enough Blaus to handle everything. But then again, getting all these Blau stuff early is pretty good. But it doesn't seem to change whether or not I get it at SP. Because the first one was a Blau Dunkelheit and Victor. You know, so... Selfina. Now, she's a card that's meant to replace Verano, but I don't think it'll ever replace Verano. Turn it face down, turn it face up. Choose the same number of rearguards, the number of face-up cards in your G zone, and until end of turn, they get plus 2k. Search your deck for the same number of cards, the same name as those units for the face-up Selfinas in the G zone, call them the separate rearguards. And if you summoned if you called 2 or more, this unit gets plus a crit. So, the crit is nice, but I don't think it really does it justice. I don't think it's what Neonectar needs. Neonectar needs a game ender. Except they have that. Neonectar needs something to summon out during the beginning of the main phase. I'm sorry, during the riot phase. Oh wait, they have it. They need something to give power. They have it. See what I'm doing here? You know, Selfina doesn't fill any holes. She has holes that need to be filled. High five. Anyway. So this is hour 3 of the crazy hostage situation that's happening all over the internet. Hi guys, Ben Wheeler here. Have I talked to you about the Jews yet? I was talking with Alex Jones. And boy howdy. Did he tell me about it? Them chemtrails. Making the frogs gay. With the fluoride. And it's all connected to the Jews. To be fair, he was right with the fluoride stuff. It turns out fluoride in the water does make certain species of frog gay. So, you know, we can make fun of him, but we just have to remember he was right once. He might be right again. And I do him wrong. Alex Jones isn't really that crazy about the Jewish conspiracies. Now, me, I just found it weird that most communists during the Nazi takeover of Germany were Jews. Like, if you look at it, a great percentage of them were Jews. And a lot of communist thinkers were Jews. Karl Marx was a Jew, and I don't like Karl Marx. So it's like, it's weird. It's like one of those things, they show up in disproportionate numbers in the Communist Party. And that's the Jewish conspiracy, guys. Now you too could be a right-wing nutjob like me. Though I do the nutjob stuff so you guys don't have to. I hope you guys appreciate it. I will probably never find a mate. Nope. I haven't pulled another SP yet. Yeah, I'm on number 10. 9. Like, I'm waiting for a second SP pack and at least one more SP and hopefully one SGR. Alessa and Dynast. Yeah, I'm waiting for... I want at least one of them. But you know what? I'll take all 4. And I bet the last SP pack is going to be in the last one, too. It's like, you bastards. You got me. You got me, Bushi. You got me. Oh. I need like a late night talk show host. No. You know how it is, like the stuff that truckers listen to. Just be like, all right, guys, I was hitting the PCP pretty hard last night. And I was thinking about it. Aliens. What do they have in Area 51? That's right, we don't know what's in Area 51. No, we don't, Fergus. It's like just a pair of truckers. I don't know, man. But I had a brainwave. Ancient aliens. I wonder where they found that guy, and what is he doing now? Does he find honest work? Does he find work at all? If he does, I'm going to be a little bit mad. Like, just a little bit, though. Like, just sort of like mad is like, wow. Just, wow. So, it's no secret, but I was once a brony. So I was talking with some friends on a literary chat that I have with some people. You know, they're all published. That's weird. It changed directions. There. That's better. It's weird. Is that because it changed from the SD card? I think it's because it changed from the SD card to this. Anyway, and basically, some guys started getting into not an argument. They started getting me into a limbo contest, like with how low can you go with your references. And I went, all right. You know, because honestly, the guy, I like the guy just fine, but I'm very tsundere to him. I am to a lot of people. But basically, you know, he has a book that he's spent a lot on, and he's going to get published. Now, personally, I don't think it should be published just so that he can, like, turn his energies into new projects that'll be better for him and better in the long run. Like, it's not so much that I think it'll be bad. Or a guy's just getting a reprint. Why? Why would they do that? That's okay. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, so I'm a little bit tsundere to him. So I'm like, you know, well, you're just going to have to, you know, yeah. So I'm needling him about it a bit. And he goes, you know that? I'm like, well, yeah, you know, but then, you know, you got to write the My Little Pony fan fiction about that stuff. I'm like, you know, back in the day, I wrote a lot of erotic My Little Pony fan fiction. Just the best that ever was seen on FLMfiction.com. And of course, they're like, you know, sort of thing. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And so he goes, all right, then what will improve my story? Well, you can add more horse sex to anything. And he's like, ah. And I'm like, yeah, you can't go lower than me. It's like, yeah, you just can't have these discussions with him because he'll just go lower. That's right. You just can't do it. Honestly, though, I think he'll do okay. But he talks about it too much. Like, it drives me crazy when someone talks about their work so much. Now, I talk about my works here, I'm not going to lie, but this is the Ben Wheeler Power Hour. The Zulier, watch me unbox shit, while I randomly gallivant of, SP Selfina. While I randomly talk about shit, that's part of it. We are doing this together. You are my friends, and I am showing you an entertaining time while you do whatever you're doing. I don't mind. Whatever you're doing. And I hope you have fun with whatever you're doing while you're listening to me talk. But he talks about it when it's not the Corey Power Hour. It's not... I don't really care. Partly because, I don't much care for how he writes. It's one of those things. I'll support his work when it comes out, but... he's not someone I look to for advice because he just seems to be obsessed with dragons and shit. And it's okay to be obsessed with dragons, but it's, he's putting a lot of energy into it. And if you put a lot of energy into something that's not quite what it should be, it does come back to bite you in the ass. I have actually gotten rid of 3 SPs. I need one more SP pack, though. I've gotten rid of stories before. I have story ideas I have benched for a very long time and probably will never get back to it. Why? Because either I'm not good enough, it's not to my style, or it's just an early work that I'll never touch again. And that isn't to say, I won't ever write for the worlds that there were. I just won't write those stories. They were good to get my teeth into it. Musketeer Daniel. Okay, this is going to be one of those packs. But that's it. That's all it was. It was just good to get my teeth into it. Into writing, that is. And I kind of hope that there would be, another color for Madeira. Because it is a duo card. Jimmy the Ghosty. And you kind of do have to give up those childish dreams. Eventually you start writing like a man, sort of deal. And I don't think he's quite there yet. This is his, project. This is what he desires to write. And I won't stop him. I won't tell him this or anything like that if he finds out. Do I care? I don't think he'll get past my Jew comments 5 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, or whatever. So, it's funny. When people get offended about racism or something like that, and it's a powerless individual. It's friend, you don't have the ability to stop me. Also, I live in a black neighborhood. It's not a fun time. But, about this guy, he needs to, well, you know what, maybe I'm not giving him enough credit. Maybe he just is good enough to write, because he's quite a bit younger than me. And maybe it's just youthful intemperance talking. For him. How he mentions and he talks about it like it's a great work. Time will judge whether you be a great work. Whatever you do, ultimately, you'll get back what you put in. If you work hard on something, hopefully you'll get back on it if it's something worthwhile in and of itself. The reason why art is a good thing to spend a lot of time on is it sharpens the mind, and it creates something, if you do it right, it creates something that you can sell. Fan fiction, sure. I'm sure that there are places where you can purchase fan fiction. But I think that most people won't purchase the fan fiction because there's quite a bit of stuff running around that, is free. I will never have to pay for My Little Pony fan fiction because I've got an account on FLM fiction. You know what I mean? He has a story on Wattpad, and you know what? It's got a cool name. It's, got all kinds of stuff for it. But You know, he's got fans on Wattpad, you know, and I really hope that it succeeds. But I think that if he gets success, it'll ruin him. Because he'll never write anything. He may never write, unless he's very, very good. He may never be able to reach the heights that he got with Fever Blood. But he might be able to, if he abandons this in a way, and writes something completely new, completely better than it is before. I write short novels, but his is like 100 chapters. So it's one of those things. Again, I don't feel ill will to him. I just, it's like one of those things where like I look at him and I kind of wish he'd just shut up about it. Like it's just one of those things. Like there's somebody. Like I'm sure that there's somebody here who's watching this and it's like, why don't you shut up? You know, but you can skip ahead. You know, you're not stuck here. But if you're in like a Discord or something, that you have to take the good and the bad. By the way, IYG has a Discord if ever you want to look it up. And I'm always on there. I'm always checking my Discord. I'm not going to claim that I'm, paying attention to all the time. But, if you want to come in, we're not going to stop you. Hubert. Anyway. Fucking Aura Geyser Dragon. He's basically worthless these days. Because there's a reprint that's worth like $3 or something as of this, thing. In the reprint set. Anyway. Sha-la-la-la. Should have reprinted Yasui. Anyway. Yeah, I think Yasui would have been a better choice. The original one. So anyway, that's what I feel about them. These guys are pretty fun to be around, honestly. Like it's been around this stuff for far too long, and honestly, a lot of people are just like, it's one of those things. Like, I don't know whether Chance will see this or not, but I find it weird how other people treat him and people like him. Like, people call each other asshole all the time. Fuck you. But what's more is like some people, SP pack, get taunted and shit. Like, and I just don't get it. Like, I don't. It's beneath my nature to do as those people are doing to others. And I wonder, about certain things about it. Hey Ash, I pulled second SP pack. It's a Gaia. So now I pulled both SP packs. I pulled 3 out of 4 SPs. I have not pulled any SGRs. I know I can sell the Murakomo for quite a bit. Guaranteed. Like, it's a guaranteed sale. The Gaia, not so much, but I'm sure that I can find someone for that. In pieces or otherwise. And even if it is, like, anything I don't use, I put into the decks. And then I just wait. Just wait. Then we have another SP Dynast, Alyssa and Selfina. And the thing is, I think I'm going to continue on until I get an SGR. I'm guaranteed at least one per thing. I want the other SP. I want at least one SGR. If only for myself. I have an SGR Ogma already that I'm going to try and sell off. But we'll see. I think I'm going to abandon trying to profit off of pre-release kits. Just because of this. Anyway, how people treat each other, I find it weird. I'm not even talking about golden rule shit. Not even talking about that. Because you can't really follow the golden rule all the time. And besides that, there's other parts of the golden rule that you have to follow. One of them, and this is what a lot of people forget, is you also have to love yourself. And I don't mean the narcissist love, where you look at a mirror and starve to death. Which is, that's a cautionary tale. It is not literally something that happened to somebody famous in the Greek world. It is literally saying, you kids, don't be so enamored of your beauty, because eventually you'll starve to death. I have 4 left. I can guarantee 220, but an SGR is worth it. with one box. Starting on box 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. So I pulled two SP packs, 3 SPs. I pulled a lot of these things, and honestly, I really like these shiny crit triggers. It's fantastic. But you know, it's just weird. It's just weird to me. Like besides how I was not raised, like I'll make fun of somebody. I will make fun of somebody, but at the same time, like I don't like it's like, oh, you're gonna play that card? Okay, you know, you're gonna play that card. You know, what are you? Or if it's somebody who is, you know, taking me off, that's different. But you know, it's strange. I just find it strange, like flaming behavior, that sort of thing. Like one time I was playing on Overwatch, and honestly, like the internet is good and bad. I'm talking like things in person mostly, but I was playing Junkrat. I had golden damage, golden kills, you know, silver, you know, everything else that I could. And some guys going, you know, I was goal objective on the point, you know, it's like, you know, I was doing my job. Like kills and damage doesn't really matter too much unless you're, even if you're DPS. Like the real medals that you should be going for is time on objective. You don't need them. Especially if you win. Like it's not, like it's never an issue if you win. But what I'm saying is that if you are losing, the person who has gold on point probably is doing their job to the best of their abilities. But anyway, and I had like silver on that, like silver bronze somewhere in there. I was doing my job. So this guy goes, listen, if you're I die a couple times, but with Junkrat, that's not a problem because you can kill people with your death. And honestly, you're supposed to be a suicidal Australian anyway, from a Mad Max world. Like, it's, like, it is true to character. And he goes, you know, and I said, and like, this Tracer is backdooring us. She starts trying to kill me. I kill the Tracer. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I should get off Junkrat, you know. And then I kill a Pharah. Like, it's just one of those things. It's like, I'm killing people. People are falling around me. And, you know, it's still my fault we're losing because I'm Junkrat and he's not in tier. Or whatever, quote-unquote, tier is. You know, who cares? You know, that sort of thing is just the internet. You know, congratulations, welcome to the internet. Here's your free fag hat. Here's your free kick to the balls. And here's your free fake internet girlfriend. It's not that she's a fake girl. It's that she's not your girlfriend. SGR Victor. I'll do one more after this. SGR Victor. This is actually fantastic. Burn, extreme, explosive action, infinite/rush. That's actually pretty sweet. I think I will do one after this, depending on what triple rares I get. Like, I will count it out, because I have not gotten nearly the Beliallows I want. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've only got 5. Like, and looking at this, I haven't gotten a Gurgwit in a while. Oh, well, there's a couple boxes ago. And we'll find out. I'll do one more. Test it out. If I pull an SP, I'll just stop. Wow. You know, but it's like rage-inducing. Or, you know, I just don't get it. Like, it's just not in my behavior to do that. And it's not something I particularly understand or desire. You know, it's like abusive porn. Like, that isn't something I appreciate. Like, oh, you're a dirty little boy, aren't you? It's like, how jaded are you? If I you know, have sex with you, am I going to get a if I'm going to pull out with a prize that says thousandth visitor You know, with like a little bit of confetti and you know, like a mouse. Just comes out, hands me the trophy, goes back in. He's got his mouse family and mouse life there. You know, I don't get it. Like I don't get that abusive behavior stuff. You know, shouting "fuck you" and like deliberately. You know, there's certain things that are acceptable as sort of like shouts and you know, insults, that sort of thing, and what you can do to people. I think just saying "fuck you, asshole," you know, that's fine. You know, like that doesn't really do much. That's just shouting "fuck you, asshole." You know, it's not specific. And I just find it strange. Maybe it's just how people view friendships and stuff like that. Like, you know, because I don't really have any abusive relatives or anything like that. You know, I don't have to face that sort of thing. Like, I was talking to somebody and he's like, "Oh, fuck you, mom," and it's like, whoa. You know, it's like, I wouldn't dare. Like, not because my mother's a fearsome battle axe or anything like that, but it's just not something I think is appropriate. That's okay. It's whatever. I guess if it works for other people, it's fine, but it just doesn't feel civilized. I guess I should say. Like, ultimately the ideal is to shake hands after a game and say good match. Even if the guy was like, if the guy was great stuck his ear, then you don't mention it. You know, you just say, you know what, thank you for your fight, you know, sort of thing. Thank you for just not walking away. I've had to walk away from things because I got salty. Like, Crispy Palmer, like, fucking triple crit me at, with, his Murakumo GR. Like, I'm like, okay. You know, I gave you 2 to pass, and you got it. You know, this isn't, you got me, you know, sort of thing. It's like, but this is, I can't do it, you know, sort of thing. It's like, I'm done. You got me. You know, you win. You win the rest of it. You know, I hope I didn't come off as like an asshole or anything like that, but it's like, it's just one of those things. It's like, you got me. You. Take the rest of the night off. You know, you win this. I'm just going to go get something to eat. You know, relax. So I'm going to do this one just to see what I pull out of it. If I pull out an SGR or an SP, I'll stop. That's what I'm looking for. Just because it could be a very valuable SP. Oh, looks like I get my 3rd one of these, I think. Also, the fact that Ogma is worth a box right now. Like, that's what's driving me. Also, there's the fact that I've not pulled nearly enough Belial Owls, I feel. Because the Belial Owl stopped like 4 boxes ago, 3 boxes. And I think that I can pull more out. And besides that, like, anything I just keep for myself out of this thing, you know, like, not keep for myself, but anything I sell, you know, I'll sell it eventually. Like, it's like, I'm not one of those guys who's like, I have to sell. You know, I'll wait. You know, fuck do I care. You know, I won't stop. Just because, like, I didn't get maximum profit, you know, immediately or anything like that. You know, what I do is, because I do sell these cards under the name Rex Heavy Industries. I'm also going to be building and selling decks. That's what, like, more than just, like, sell cards. That's just to get money. Like, I want to see if I can move into a specialty of building decks and selling them. Thing about that is that certain resources are cheap, certain resources are expensive, and I need to make sure that I get my money's worth out of each one. Like, the profit margins have to be studied. So we'll find out. We'll figure it out. Like, I've got a Tachikaze deck I'm going to update, and then I'm going to sell it for like 500, 450, something up there. With the new stuff in it, just to see if I can do it. You know, just to see. think I'm going to pull out Belial on this one. I got a feeling. I think it's going to be an SP and a Belial. I've been pulling an ass load of Gangas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, 6. Not as many as I thought. It's just clumped weird. 7. 7 Gangas at least. I think I'll get a Belial. Gurgwit. Okay, Gurgwit's fine. I knew I'd get a Gurgwit eventually. Gurgwit does work. SGR Ogma. And I have 3 left. I think I'll do 1 more. I think I'll sell 2 for an easy $100. Unless I pull the SP from this pack. Like, the thing about, like, keeping the boxes versus selling the boxes versus opening, keeping the boxes and selling the boxes versus opening the boxes, is that, you can get a guaranteed $50 out of a box, give or take. You know, before taxes, before anything else. Like, that's just sort of like what you can throw it out as. $50, I put it up about $58. I have a bunch of set 8 boxes for $58 if you're interested, under Rex Heavy Industries on TCG. And you sell them for that much a piece. And then you sort of, you're guaranteed that amount. Like, let's say that I sold each box of these for like $55 a piece after shipping. So there's 16 boxes. Dynast. I actually haven't seen too many of those. Have I seen too many of those? 1, 2. Huh, 3 Dynasts. So let's say I sell 16 boxes at 55 a piece. That is 30, 80. Then 0, 55. That's about 630 or so. I want to say, is that too little? 6 times 5 is 30. 333 plus. It's 800 something. So I can get my money back at that amount. And a little bit extra. After shipping. Assuming I get 55 after shipping. You know, before taxes. Because I am a lawful man, and I pay my taxes. Or at least I keep records. And then pay my taxes. I keep track of expenses. I keep track of sales. Honestly, I kind of want Dynast for myself, but I'm not too worried about Dynast. Like, Dynast isn't a thing that I need. Dogma is still powerful enough to hold its own. I think I get 1 more double rare. It's strange. People are strange. Oh, nope, I don't have it. I've got 1 more SP, and I want more Belials. I also want more Dynasts. Alright guys, I'm going to show you 1 more box. And then I'm going to stop. I know it's not a full case opening, but basically, if I can sell both for $55 a piece, you know, that's $100. And honestly, I can't guarantee $100 any other way. Unless the SP is like a super good one. But I could pull the SP right now. I pulled both SGRs. And, oh, 3rd Silverthorn. pulled both SGRs, which is important. I pulled both SP packs. But an SP, you know, would be the feather in my hat. Also, I want a fourth machinist logo. Oop. I'll get that. I'll get them eventually. It's one of those things. It'll just come to me. Like, everyone's going to be pulling them, or the store's going to keep them. If the store keeps them, that's fine. If the store pulls them, that's people pull them, that's fine. Belial, there we go. This is already going to be profitable, I think. As long as I get like a Gurgwit or something. Ooh, yeah, sweet. Sadly, Murakumo just never gets the value it needs. I also want, like, one more Dunkel height or one more Blau. For my plans with them. Oh, wow. Getting the Belial out makes me feel good. Just because everyone's going to want it. Everyone's going to be selling it. Some people are probably going to be undercutting a lot because it's a quick buck, you know. We'll find out. I'll probably set mine and keep it there all week, modifying it only if the price fluctuates too much. Ooh, this feels like something. Dude, it's nothing. Coughs blood. Juice! Oh, no, Garmore. Stubbs toe juice! That's how it works, guys. Remember, if you decide that you just blame a certain entire people group for all your problems, just do it. They've already got the complaining down. Oi, these people. You guys. I do this for you, you know. Normally I do this in utter silence, with Gregorian chants coming through my imagination from times untold. Come on. Yeah. It's nothing. Also, all these rares are nice, too. Blow it. Alyssa? Honestly, I haven't seen too many of these, I don't think. More grade 4. Hello. I want to feel like I'm going to get something else here. But I don't know. I think I've got one more triple rare. Could be. Bro. I really like that art. It's cool art. Whoa, Sulfina, damn. SP Gurgwit. I'm good. I am good. I'm not opening up any of the other ones. All right. Thank you, Lord. This is good shit. This is real good shit. The only thing I'm missing is one Ogma and some of the reprints as well as the crit triggers. Pretty good. I pulled all the SPs, SGRs, and I still have 2 boxes left. Honestly, the two other reprints I probably get would be Aura Geyser Dragons.
You probably get 3 of each.
Yeah. So, and I've got 3 of each except for Aura Geyser Dragons.
What SPs did you pull?
I pulled a Gurgawit, a Dynast, Selfina, and Alyssa. 2 SP packs, Gaia, and Yasui.
How many Ogmas?
I have 1 Ogma.
There's 2 boxes of probably Ogmas.
Well, I've got both. I don't think so. I've got 1 Ogma already. So there's...
How many Victor do you have?
2.
SGR and GR?
Yep.
Probably a Victor and an Ogma.
Yeah. Is it worth it opening the other 2, though?
Oh, I'll tell you a while.
6.
Plausible. How many Gurgit G4s and G3s?
I haven't been counting those. 1. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 3. 4. 5, 6. 6 G4s and 3 G3s.
Plausible. Boxes could be
It could be decent, but I don't really...
Make sure you stop the video and do results. Whatever you decide.
Yeah, I know. So basically, here's the conundrum. The reprint I'm going to get will not be Galaxy. It will not be Garmor, and it will not be Dunkelite. It will be Aura Geysers. I will no longer pull any SPs. Unless I get a God pack, God set. But that's different. I will not pull any SP packs. Basically, the assumption is I will pull GRs. Which is a reasonable assumption. The problem is I will no longer be pulling SGRs. And honestly, I don't really think I want to take that risk. I don't think I will. Well, I'm going to stop the video. And I'm going to do it. Because, like, here's the thing. What I'm basically saying is I'd rather have $50 in my pocket than another Ogma or Victor. That's what I'm saying. And I think that's fairly reasonable thing to say. And honestly, I'm just trying to, cheat my way out of $100 of this case value because I spent, I won't say how much, but point is that I have to sell most of this to get a decent profit back. And I'm not going to say it's going to be hard. It's not during opening weekend. I don't have the resources or the venue like some people do, but I do have the bloody-minded patience that a lot of people don't. And also there's the fact that if I can sell these early and sell these D4C, Dirty Deeds Dump Dirt Cheap, I like saying D4C for things like doing it cheaply or getting it undercut, that sort of thing. And as soon as I hit that number, I'm good. Like, any profit I make out of that is gravy. The Selfinas I sell, I could probably sell them for like 10 a piece before. The Dynast the same way. 1, 2, 3. That hurts a bit. That hurts. But honestly, I think it's going to be okay. Because I think I do have one for my pre-release kits. All right, I'm going to stop it here. Oh, changed a bit. Wow, okay.
The world is in danger, but no worries. With the help of my friends, we can solve it together. Join us at the IYG Stand-Up Series. Imagine you're a goddess. And check this out.
All right, guys, been Wheel of the Mercenary. Oh, shit. Zulier of IYG. All right, let's do the case results. First things first, I'm sure you're all interested to know. 6 Belial Owls. Honestly, that isn't too bad. They're selling like hotcakes. Selling very well for high prices. I'm happy with this. 6 EQs. Not bad. He's not going to sell too well, though. He's like Enigma Helm. 7 Yasui Trials. Rogues? I don't know. G2 thing. 7 of them. I pulled 3 Hayakis. I need 1 more. But not really. Honestly, I don't need them. Need more than 1 or 2. For Gold Paladins. 5 Alyssas. 7 Canariuses. That's fine. It's whatever. I don't think those will be much of anything. 6 Uniors, Mediokaisers, the new G-Guard. 8 Sonblau. 8 Volamond, Blau Cougar. And then underrepresented by Tachikaze, very much so. This is a Nova Heavy thing. Nova Heavy and double rares. 4, Gigant Flames. He's whatever. 3 Desperados. 7 Genghis. Genghis gone. Anyway. Yeah. That's the double rares. Not bad. I'm actually pretty happy. I'm happiest with the Belial Owls, honestly. I'm glad I didn't get screwed out of them, sort of thing. Like I did with the Tachikaze stuff. Because I like the Tachikaze. It's fun. Eating your own units and then go big and go home is just a lot of fun. So let's talk about triple rares. 3 Dynasts. 3 Victors. 3 Luminous Hopes. Honestly, I'm okay with that. 7 Gomas. Which... wait, am I at 8? 7. 7 Gomas. Now this I'm not happy with. 7 Selfinas. Honestly, she doesn't do enough, and Verano's still better than her. 3 Gurgwits. I wish I had 1 more. 6 Gurgwit grade 4s. And 5 Garmors. Now, the reason why I'm probably only at this, and there probably are some Gurgwits in the 2 boxes I am keeping for myself. I don't think any of the other values will add up over the long term. The thing about GRs is that they tend to drop pretty quick, like we're talking within a few weeks. SGRs, not so much, but it depends what it is. Like the Loris SGR is only like $5 more than the GR, and the GR is like $10 compared to Olivia, which was like $100 for the longest time, $300 for the SP. I'm not going to gamble on them because that's what this is. Like, buying and selling trading card games is gambling to a point because you never know whether things are going to go up or down, except with the meta. Now, you can guess at what will be powerful, like Nitros, and then you can profit. But that's not guaranteed. And bad things can happen to it. And it could suddenly fall out of favor for no reason. Did I just mix these up? No. So I'm just going to place a sure bet. Now let's move on to the to the reprints, actually. I pulled one Aura Geyser. This is also one of the reasons why I'm not going back in. The reprints I would get would be very cheap Aura Geysers. The reprints are not nearly as expensive as the originals. 3 Dunkel Heights, 3 Galaxies, 3 Garmors. I'm satisfied. I'm happy. Let's do GRs and SGRs first. I pulled 2 Victors, 1 Ogma, 1 Victor SGR, 1 Ogma SGR. If I hadn't pulled the SGRs, I'd go back in. Then the SPs, Grade 3 Garmor, Dynast, Selfina, Alyssa. Now, I'm gonna be very clear here. The art on Alicia is fantastic. It is just amazing art. Like, it's, you know, you can't really see it too well because the definition isn't high enough. Like, it's not real life, but it's just fantastic. It's just, you know, let me see if I can do anything with it. You can see it better now, but it's like, oh. Same with, like, Selfina. Just, The problem is their cards aren't that great. Dynast is whatever. Like, the big part of Dynast is this, but you can see, like, the legs going down there, you know, sort of thing. And also Gargoyle is popular, even though he's not the best. Whisper in your ear. Like I'm an NPR, which got defunded. Oh. Take that. Anyway. So, the 2 SP packs, Piece de Resistance, 2 of these, and this. I think they fucked up by not giving him a crit. But at the same time, there's 2 strides to consider. So I kind of see what their reasoning is. And that SP art, it's fantastic. Like, I can see why they did it. Like, I can see why they chose that over this. But the thing is, I think they really missed out on not giving the crit a chance. But then they needed an SP Yasui with the alternate art, so you can max rarity out Yasui finally, because the max rarity Yasui deck used to be just a double race. But hey, this art is fantastic. This is fantastic. I really hope it brings joy to people. Hope you enjoyed my me going over all this. I'm going to do a case overview of all the cards in the set, and it's going to be a time. I'm talking too damn much, and I have deck profiles to do. I'll just keep going. Alright guys, this is Zulir, the Mercenary King. Be sure to, you know, the usual stuff about the stand-up series and all that jazz. You know, that's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of prizes. You get mats. This is the mat, except no cards. You know, it's going to be pretty sweet. I didn't find the Loud Dunkelheit, which was disappointing to me. Yeah. You know, come in there. I'll be there. A lot of people will be there. For some reason, this is upside down. Why did it turn upside down? Whatever. All right, then. Have a great evening, guys.
Hey guys, Camille here! May 20th is coming up and people have been asking about the IYG stand-up series. So I brought a special guest to help me explain.
Hello, Camille.
Diesel, why are you talking like that?
This is the promo, right?
Tell them about the tournament.
The IYG stand-up series starts at 10 a.m. with a time to register for the tournament.
Beat the line by registering online. Singles will be at the event as well as other cool merchandise.
Each round will be best 2 games of 3 in Swiss format.
That means you're not out if you lose.
At the end of the day, there will be a cut to top 8, where best 2 of 3 continues in single elimination format.
At least half a case of Vanguard will be given across the top 8, not to mention another special prize. Will you be playing Diesel?
Sorry, I fight for my friends.
Oh geez. Join us at Yeti Gaming May 20th.
And if you can make it, locals May 19th at 6:30 p.m.
Stand up, Vanguard.